Got to keep grinding, man. We got to keep making these routine plays and, again, stand above the sticks. I mean, it ain't always going to be pretty. You ain't going to always have the most explosive plays. But the key is to get the ball in the end zone, and whoever ends up with the most points obviously wins. So for us, continuing to figure out ways to move the ball and obviously keep 10 back there comfortable and, I mean, running some concepts, just getting everybody open.
What does it say about your offense? You had two young guys at guard. You in and out left tackle, and you guys were still able to get some production.
Yeah, they did a great job. We were behind them all game, and obviously going into the game, we knew that we were going to run the ball. So just trusting our linemen, no matter who it is. Obviously, we missed the key pieces that was in there, Zach, T. Smith, guys of that nature. But obviously, we got to play as a unit, and we're all together. So building that confidence in the guys that's coming up, having them be themselves, and play the game that they've always played.
How healthy is the shoulder, and how much pride do you take going out there each week, banged up, and still giving it y'all?
Man, I'm banged up. I ain't gonna even lie to you, and that's just what it is, bro. It's that time of the year in the season. So I ain't gonna get no specifics, but yeah, no, we straight. But as far as for me, man, the pride is unbelievable. I'm willing to do whatever to go out there and have my presence felt. And if it's, not so much if it's not, but with me being out there, I feel like the guys are more comfortable and they're able to play as confident and as fast as they want, knowing they'll get the looks that they want. And man, I'm all for the team winning, as you can, if you can't tell by now.
There's some things you can't do.
Is there things I can't do?
Yeah,
nah. I plan on, and I'm not saying that obviously on no cocky stuff. It's just I train to be in any kind of position. Obviously some be a little bit unfortunate or like triple teamed or double teamed, but you can't really train for those, obviously. But as far as conditioning and running the routes and getting open and blocking and
taking handoffs,
all that,
banged up.
all of it, yeah, it's tough. But bro, I love the game of sport. I love who I play for. I love who I'm doing it for. I love everything that the game has to offer. So with that, I'm giving it full fledged.
Is this as banged up as you've been
in
your time?
For sure. This is definitely one of the toughest years, as for me, body wise. But that ain't stopping nothing. That's for sure.
Do you learn to tolerate this kind of short week, or do you learn how to deal with it?
You gotta not so much deal with it. You gotta learn how to approach it. And obviously we had a Monday night, then a Sunday night, and now a Thursday night. So with that, you gotta have the right preparation, right team around you to continue to put your body back together after you beat it up Sunday or whatever the case may be. So as for me, just preparing the right way, taking care of my body, doing everything that I need to do to feel as fresh as possible.
What can you take from Cooper Rush? He had his best game since coming in and playing for Dak. What can you take from that going forward?
I've seen him do it plenty of times. I played a couple seasons with him now, so I'm very familiar with what he does back there and how comfortable he is. And as for me, I literally got to just do my job, and that's to continue to stay open, have him have that confidence that he's going to have a guy that's open regardless. And yeah, man, I just want him comfortable back there so he can play the game that he wants to play and have those 200, 2 touchdowns, 250, if you will, type games. And, those are confidence boosters, and they're good for his mental, obviously going into the week after.
Luke's touchdown came when you were double-teamed. Terp's touchdown against Houston came when you were double-teamed. How much pride do you kind of take when you see guys get wide open and you've been double-teamed on that?
I love it. And I can't preach it enough here. I tell the guys, make them guard me. If you're going to give me one-on-one, that's cool. Let me do what I got to do. And then at some point, they're going to bring another guy. And then y'all take over. Y'all are one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? And I know when I first came in, obviously I had Coop and MG, so they couldn't double-team anybody. And I took it as disrespect, so I kind of told those guys, bro, if they're double teaming me, bro, take it as disrespect. They feel like their guy can guard y'all, one-on-one with no help. It's crazy. So for that, man, I'm happy for the guys, man. I'm always happy. I'm, if not the happiest, as you see when Terp scores, bro. I'm ecstatic.
Speaking of crazy, with everything that's happened here this year, we know why you're playing to win.
Yeah.
The fact that you're leading the league in receptions with everything this team has been through. How surprised are you by that?
You just surprised me. I didn't know that. Man, I'm here to work every week. I put my best foot forward. Thank God for every opportunity, and obviously I lay it all on the line for those guys. And it shows through my play. I don't really do too much talking when I'm out there on the field, but that's a good feeling.
Terp, one of the fastest guys you've ever played with?
Terp in Hollywood. I play with some fast guys now.
Right, that's yeah. Because he was saying that on the return, you guys were talking about how fast he was going to go. So when you saw the final number, were you surprised by that, the 21?
Nah. We got some times in this room. I will say, but like as for Terp, that's a regular day for him.
Jerry had some comments about Mike McCarthy and his, possibly getting a new contract in the offseason. What do you think about just the job that McCarthy's done, especially given how crazy a season this has been?
It's definitely had his ups and downs, but as for McCarthy, he's a coach, a player's coach. We all love him, everything that he does for the team, and as far as leading us, just having the confidence and everything that he's willing to put on the line for us, we love every bit of it. So as for Jerry and all those situations, they ain't got nothing to do with me. Don't try to put me in it. But I love Mike, that's for sure.
Thanks, Ceedee.
Appreciate it.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Another week, another round of speculation surrounding our beloved team. Today, we're diving into the burning question that's been on everyone's mind. Should Jerry Jones extend Mike McCarthy's contract, or is it time for a fresh start? Stick around because we've got all the details, quotes, and insights to break this down. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss the latest updates on America's team. We're on the road to 12,000 subscribers, and your support means the world to us. Let's grow this Cowboys community together. Now, let's talk about McCarthy and the future of this team. Speculation about Mike McCarthy's future has been swirling all season long. And let's be honest, it's no surprise. The Cowboys are sitting at a tough 4-7 record. Sure, we pulled off a win against the Washington Commanders last Sunday, but let's face it, this season hasn't been what we hoped for. Jerry Jones, the man behind the curtain, recently spoke to 105.3 The Fan and addressed McCarthy's situation. When asked if extending McCarthy's contract was crazy, Jerry confidently said, "I don't think that's crazy at all. Mike McCarthy is an outstanding coach. He's been there, done that, and has great ideas." But here's the kicker. Jerry added that there's been no indication of what the Cowboys plan to do with McCarthy or his coaching staff after the season. So, here's a question for you. Do you think Mike McCarthy deserves an extension, or is it time to move on? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get a vote going. Type extend if you're Team McCarthy, or move on if you're ready for a change. Now, let's talk about what's been working against McCarthy this year. Dak Prescott's injury earlier this month threw a major wrench into the season. Injuries have plagued the team overall, with key players like Brandon Cooks and DeMarcus Lawrence on injured reserve. But there's hope. These stars, along with Zach Martin and Jake Ferguson, are expected back soon. Still, the Cowboys find themselves in third place in the NFC East. Mathematically, we're not out of the playoff hunt yet, but let's be real, a wild card spot seems like a long shot. Jerry Jones had a strong stance on one thing, though there's no tanking in Dallas. He said, the win is too important. Coaches don't want to add losses to their record if they can avoid it. But what do you think? Should the Cowboys fight to win every game, or would focusing on a high draft pick make more sense? Share your take below. I'm curious to hear what true fans like you think. As for McCarthy, he's staying focused. When asked about Jerry's comments, he brushed it off, saying, "That's not something I'm focused on. It's all good, but I'm preparing for the next game. You have to respect his professionalism." But it raises another question. Is McCarthy the steady hand we need, or is his calm approach part of the problem? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and while you're at it, make sure to hit the like button if you're enjoying this breakdown. It really helps more Cowboys fans find us. Here's where things get tricky. Jerry praised McCarthy, but hasn't committed to anything concrete. With the Cowboys projected to land a top 12 draft pick, a lot is riding on how we finish this season. What do you think Jerry Jones should do? Extend McCarthy and give him more time? Bring in new blood and start fresh? Let's settle this debate once and for all. Drop your votes in the comments. And remember, if you haven't already, subscribe to Cowboys News TV and turn on that notification bell. We're closing in on 12,000 subscribers, and your support helps us bring you more content like this. No matter what happens with McCarthy, one thing is clear: Cowboys fans deserve better. Whether it's a coaching change, healthier players, or just some luck, this team needs to turn things around. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to share your thoughts and votes in the comments. Let's keep the conversation going. I'll catch you in the next video. Go Cowboys!